Hey everybody, Jay Barrino here, continuing StarCraft Mass Recall. This is Loomings, the Precursor campaign. Mission 4, Force of Arms. In the last mission, we rescued some scientists from the Flanum installation at the cost of one Cerberus Firebat. What a hero he was. I think in this map, we get to use General Duke in a siege tank, and there was an unused General Duke siege tank unit in the original StarCraft editor that was unused in the main game.
Lieutenant, the scientists have been evac'd to our main stronghold. They are confident that their findings can help us to defeat the xenomorphs before their influence can spread any further.
Receiving emergency transmission from the office of the Colonial Magistrate.
The city of Los Andares has fallen under attack by a large force of the creatures. General Duke himself has volunteered to aid you in retaking the city. Good luck, Lieutenant. Los Andares and the Confederacy are counting on you.
Alrighty. No Cerberus this mission, though. Those Firebats are always great to put inside bunkers. Wow, this map is very dark. Though the lighting is very prominent with the lights on the light posts. That's actually really cool. Los Andares, Chow Sara Colony. So yes, I remember, we get Vultures and General Duke. Let's get these down here to try to save our base as soon as possible. The Vultures are going to be great. Let's move the SCVs down here to just start mining right away, because we need them to. And... alright, come on up here. Let's lift this so that we don't lose it. I mean, we still might. Let's move it back here, and then General Duke and all of you come on over here. Looks like I still have some Marines that are alive, so let's move them over here, and then let's try to save my burning engineering bay, my burning bunker, and then make more SCVs. Night vision. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's real neat. I like that a lot. That's so cool. We can turn it on and off. It's very, very dark. I'm probably going to leave that on for most of the time. Let's come on over here. There's a strategic bridge that we definitely are going to want to hang on to. Let's kite with some Vultures here. Vultures very good against Zerglings. Very good against single-target small units. Okay, so let's just kind of camp out right here. We'll siege up Duke, and we'll keep an eye on that. Let's just turn night vision on. It's kind of hard to keep an eye on everything here. Okay, and we'll just try to rebuild some SCVs, or build more SCVs, rather. And I believe there's an expansion across this bridge that we're going to want to take pretty quickly. Now, General Duke... oh my god, he got a new portrait. He's looking real good. That actually looks remotely like StarCraft 1 General Duke. He had a weird-shaped small head, and that's... they got it. That's a great-looking portrait. 150 damage to large enemies, 75 versus small, 112.5 versus medium, which means he's going to one-shot Hydralisks, one-shot Zerglings, one-shot a lot of stuff, but his splash damage is going to kill a lot of our own stuff. So let's go ahead and set up a bunker right up here. I suppose right there. We want to try to path the enemies such that they are not going to be able to get a full surround easily. This bunker right here, I might load it up later so that it can protect us from Mutalisks. And we need to get some gas going here very, very soon. So let's do this. And we should have a barracks. There it is. Should probably have to repair that barracks here pretty soon. And what can we make out of our... We can make more tanks. That's actually really important. I do want to move out and try to get... I would like to try to get... okay, this is good. And we'll leave the Vultures here to get repaired. But I would like to get more tanks, and I would like to move out and take the other base that's across this bridge here pretty soon. So for right now, let's just get my economy going, and then we'll worry about that later. We're going to have to set up some turrets and bunkers once we get over there. And then I vaguely recall some Mutalisks coming and attacking our base on this map, so I have to be cognizant of that. Let's not get supply blocked. It's going to happen here momentarily, but let's do our best, and let's get another SCV on gas. 4 is probably good. If we just turn this off. Oh, this is so cool looking. And again, like, there is light on the map, and it's coming directly from the lamp posts. It's really cool. Again, I should probably just leave this on. I have a feeling I'm going to be seeing green once I finish this map. Let's go ahead and lay down one more here. And then start U-238 shells. That Marine range is always good. And then we will
base is under attack.
Make more Marines. And General Duke's splash damage is killing my own bunker, and it's going to be that way for a while. So I really do want to move out and try to take the expansion sooner rather than later. Now, General Duke is kind of the key to our defense right now. What I can do is grab my vultures. They're very fast, so we can move them across the bridge and scout things out. But if we want to do this, okay, there's some Hydralisks. Let's see if we can draw them into General Duke, who's going to just instantly kill them. Kind of instantly kill them. We'll heal them up, and then we'll send them back. Command Center, keep making SCVs. We could probably afford to fill this up with more and more SCVs. And let's get +1 attack. We don't need any more supply depots in it. Now, one thing that's big with StarCraft 1 is the way that the mineral patches are laid out. They're not in perfect little concentric circles around your command center. So when you find expansions, they're going to have really weird layouts. All right, so here's some more Hydralisks. There's the expansion. I'd like to move out and just take it. I'd like to move over and just take that. So let's get a machine shop and queue up some more Marines. And then SCV, why don't you come down here and keep mining? No, that was a waste. Did both of them die? All three of them died. I wasn't paying attention there. You know, not the biggest of deals, but very unfortunate nonetheless. Okay, so I think this is about as good as our tech is going to be for most of this map. It's just we're short on money, and if I really want to do anything, I have to go over and take that other base. I mean, that's not true, but I do want to move over and take that base sooner rather than later. And if with Duke and with just some Marines, I think what I'm going to do is wait for the next big enemy attack, and then once I know that they've been wiped out, I can go ahead and move up. And then, I recall Mutalisks coming into my base, so I'm going to just go ahead and set up some turrets around here. I think I read in the patch notes that they removed some of the air units. Maybe all of them, I don't know, but the point is I want to be prepared for that. Let's just get some more Marines. I might even want to get a couple fire bats, because these Zergling attacks are crazy. General Duke, target the Hydralisks. Alright, protect General Duke from the Zerglings. He'll be able to clean up the Hydralisks himself. Okay, so let's unsiege and move on up. Okay, we'll have a second. We have a siege mode going to be starting right now, and let's move across and get rid of those Hydralisks. General Duke, come on. General Duke, come on. And then I have to save 400 minerals so that I can set up the command center. Now, I also have to make bunkers over here, so right now we're just going to be saving our money, and I don't really have enough units. This will be okay. Again, General Duke is very, very key to this mission. Where are those Hydralisks? They were here. There they are. Now, siege tanks unsieged in StarCraft 1 shoot very, very slow, as you just saw. So the enemy only has one way to get to us, and I think it's here. So we're going to siege up over here now instead. And SCV, why don't you start building... Actually, no. Come up here and make a bunker first. And then we'll grab another SCV to come up and start our command center. Because this could be a disaster if we don't get defenses set up. With that amount of Zerglings, they're gonna overwhelm me very easily. Okay, so let's set this up, and we have to be prepared for some anti-air momentarily. Anti-hair. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's get some fire bats here pretty soon. At least one for the bunkers. Here comes the larger attack. Get inside the bunkers. Edmund Duke is taking damage indeed. So let's start repairing him. And these attacks are large and consistent. Yikes. Okay, so now we need more SCVs mining. So these two command centers, we're going to start rallying up here and making more SCVs in advance. Okay, so this SCV is doing its best. Let's go ahead and just grab a few of these up here to keep repairing. Edmund Duke seems okay now. And I would like to throw a fire bat inside that bunker. We do have one now. Again, the amount of Zerglings that come through make this tough. They're stuck having to come through this small area, though, so I think that this bunker placement is pretty good. Okay, and again, Edmund Duke is going to be doing great here. I'd like to get more tanks. Once we get 2 or 3 tanks set up, our defense is square. I just need to also set up more turrets, and eventually supply depots will be a problem as well. So I'll set up some turrets over here. We'll set up some turrets in our other area as well. Let's get 2 SCVs here to repair. And again, Duke is going to be great against the Hydralisks. We have one Firebat in this bunker, which is going to annihilate incoming Zerglings. I could set up another bunker here that will really just smoke any and all Zerglings really, really quickly. Let's go ahead and get an add-on. Start getting more depots, and then start getting a couple turrets just sort of around our base, because I expect to be circumvented by them. Let's go ahead and get another comset station. Destroy the Xenomorph colonies, and we'll start scanning around for them momentarily. I like to hotkey all my comset stations to either 9 or 0. We'll stick with 0. It's nice that I can overlap them in this rather than having to separate them like in StarCraft 1, because it just takes up takes up hotkeys. Okay, here come the Zerglings. This is pretty crazy. I mean, these attacks are not a joke. All right, so we do have more tanks. Let's just go ahead and do this. We're gonna need it. We're gonna need tanks to attack as well. So let's just keep trying to build and just start scanning around. Actually, I should be scanning right across the way. Wow. So if there's no lights like along the road, you just can't see anything. The night vision is such a cool addition to this. It's really neat, but I'm just gonna leave it on because it's so hard to see. The Edmund Duke portrait. I mean, I don't know if they took liberties like this in other missions as well, but this is so cool. Let's go ahead and grab armor, and I can't get an armory, so there's no siege tank upgrades. Spider mines might be an okay thing. I'm gonna think not, honestly. Just because the frequency of the enemy attacks is so much that it's just not worth. I just don't think it's worth it. I mean, vultures aren't worth it, I should say. Vultures are very, very good units, but I typically don't use them in single player. Multiplayer, they were the bee's knees, right? But just not in single player. Okay. The only thing with night vision here is that it's hard to see where you can and can't build units or build buildings. Let's go ahead and start setting up some missile turrets just in case. I'm really expecting some Mutalisks. It's kind of overkill, but I think that's fine right there, and I probably want to get even more near my production. In fact, I'm fairly certain at this point, I remember my production getting wiped out by Mutalisks on this map, so that's why you can never be too safe, and you have to build missile turrets. StarCraft 1 missile turrets, you really got to build in groups of 2 or 3, because they were very weak. Alright, so we've got more tanks coming up. I'm going to queue up another one, and then we'll start getting more and more Marines. So Marine, tank, maybe Firebat is going to be the way to go. I'm not... You know, attacking with Duke is very, very tempting. Very, very tempting, because he does so much damage, but he's gonna kill my own stuff. Okay, so let's see. I'm scanning around right now to see the direction that the enemy can get to me from. So it depends on where these other paths lead, because once we cross this bridge and we get rid of these sunken colonies, then we have to decide, because the enemy can attack me from multiple directions. So we're gonna have to leave defenses at home. And honestly, 3 siege tanks might be overkill, but given what we've been facing so far on this map, I really think that that's fine. We're just going to have to not get supply blocked. Big challenge number 1, don't get supply blocked. Might even want to transfer some of these SCVs up here, because we're oversaturated in this base, I think. Let's go ahead and just move 2 or 3 SCVs. Get on up here, buddies. We haven't been attacked for a while. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and start another supply depot. In fact, now we probably could afford even a couple more SCVs. That's fine. And there's the depots, but they just finished. Once we get 4 tanks, so once all these tanks are done, and I'm just going to continuously make Marines with this group, then I think we'll be in good shape. Again, the amount of Zerglings in these bases makes me want to build a couple Firebats, but they just run ahead and die so frequently, and it's not even worth the extra APM to try to keep them away, honestly. Alright, so again, not a very large enemy attack for a while. Let's just keep scanning around.
Upgrade complete.
Here comes the next attack. 3 Ultralisks. So the sooner that we can do this, the better. They're coming from here. So if we have to attack up in this direction, we want to do that first so that we can make sure we stay alive against these large attacks. Might as well siege up to protect ourselves against these Ultralisks. As long as this bunker will survive against the Ultralisk, which it will, we're fine. I think I will leave Duke at home, because he's safe here. He's relatively safe at home. The Mutalisks seem to be leaving me alone, but again, I'm just going to make like a wall of turrets.
Mineral field.
So one thing that I really like to do in terms of turrets is you make a line of them and you can space them out. You don't need like a cluster of 4 turrets, because if a Mutalisk comes in here and just barely gets caught by this missile turret, the AI will go in and attack it, which means it'll start getting attacked by this turret. So it's kind of just like a line of attacks that are going to manipulate the enemy into attacking them down my row of turrets, as opposed to just running free throughout my whole base. So that's why I'm setting these all up. We've got all of our upgrades, we've got a lot of Marines, and just keep making more tanks. The enemy recently attacked us, so I think it's time. Definitely Marines are going to be the big need this map. I'm going to make 2 more barracks up here, which is a lot, but, you know, I think it's fine because we want to reinforce quickly across the map.
Additional supply
More depots, actually. 5 tanks. All right, so I'm lagging behind when I initially wanted to attack. I still haven't found the enemy bases. Is there a reason that we're going to want to come up here? I don't think so, actually. So, like, we can walk up this ramp, but there's nothing there. Is there anything over here? No. So the only way to go is over here. So we might as well go now that I have a better view on that. So let's get going. And I'll bring some SCVs as well. Actually, once you guys are done, why don't you come on up here? Okay, siege on up. Get rid of this stuff. There we go. I mean, I could have sieged these from afar, but I feel like that's just sort of a waste of time. Not really. It's not really a waste of time, but it's definitely something I could have done to save some of my Marines. And Marines, this is the thing. I have the tanks. The tanks are going to be great, but where did that just come from? Can they get to me from up here? I didn't think so. Well, that's bad. That's going to be a big problem if they're able to get to me from up there. We got to keep an eye on that. And I still am not 100% sure where the enemy base is. It looks like something is up here, so let's go for this. And if they keep attacking me, we should be well defended up here, but my rallying units may run into problems. More depots, more and more depots. Okay, we'll build 3 at a time and then queue up a 4th one, and that should square me away. Got some drones coming to me because they want to rebuild these creep colonies. Once the creep recedes completely, come on, there we go. Once the creep recedes completely, they won't even be able to build there if they wanted to. Let's just keep rallying up Marines, and my depots will be done here momentarily. So let's inch up with the tanks. We'll hotkey them to 1 because they're my most important group. We can start pecking away. Honestly, I do like to start using siege tanks to start pecking away at colonies, but it's going to draw units like right on top of them, as long as we give them vision. Good old sunken colonies. 2 Marines, can you take out 1 Zergling? You can. Okay, so let's keep on moving up. I expected the enemy to react quickly to this, so what happens if we... Wow. That is very dark. Okay, this front tank is probably going to die. Oh, it didn't. I thought it would die to splash damage. So we've got 1 enemy base that's going down. There's definitely another one over to the left. And these drones, they really want to come over here and make those creep colonies, but they're not going to make it. I say no. Here comes the next enemy attack. Like I was saying, my rallying units will run into trouble. Let's see if these 2 Marines will be able to help me. Okay, and let's keep it up. Let's keep the pressure on. We want to make sure that this base stays gone. Okay, so I think this is a Queen's Nest. It is. Some people have been asking me about the retro mod. I'm not playing with the retro mod because at the time of this recording, the retro mod was not ready for version 6.0. And honestly, I don't think I plan on playing with the retro mod. I didn't in my first playthrough. It's just, I mean, a lot of these models are the like official Blizzard models, just used for different reasons, so I kind of like that. The retro mod is awesome, and I encourage people to play with it if they want. I just sort of prefer the vanilla models, if you would consider this vanilla. It's a long call from vanilla, that's for sure. Okay, so let's go ahead and unsiege these tanks, and I want to find how to get to the other enemy base as soon as possible, because they're going to keep trying to send drones and rebuild that base, and I don't want to deal with that. It certainly seems like this is the way. It's not. Where's the bridge? There's a bridge. There has to be a bridge. It is. Okay, it's a land bridge. We want to just keep this clogged up, because the enemy is going to keep sending more and more units up here. We're running out of money. This is going much better than Mission 2. Mission 2 didn't go bad, but it could have gone better. Okay, we definitely have enough Marines. Siege them up. Siege them up. We shouldn't lose too many Marines before we're completely sieged up. Decent amount of sunken colonies, but we've broken through. Again, tanks are definitely the key. Terran tanks are they're just so good. See, StarCraft 1 tanks were way more powerful than StarCraft 2 tanks. Granted, there was just a big multiplayer buff for them. They were just way more powerful, but they didn't smart fire. And basically what that means is more tanks would fire upon a unit than were needed to kill it, which you're much more prone to killing your own units with splash damage because of that. Okay, there's some Ultralists I'm not going to siege up because it's going to get on top of me. Bringing SCVs is great to just mitigate some damage. Let's go ahead and siege on up and start attacking, and as long as there isn't a Defiler or something like that that forces me to move, because I didn't bring any Fire Bats. Granted, even Fire Bats don't do full damage under the Swarm. It's technically only their splash damage that does damage under Dark Swarm, unless it's different for Mass Recall, I'm not sure. Okay, let's go ahead and unsiege, and a big part of this was just staying alive. Yeah, so they definitely have removed all of the Mutalisks from this map, and the Mutalisks were a big pain in the first version that I played. It was just the amount. There was just too many of them. I think you can keep the Mutalisks in. It was kind of cool that, you had a cheeky attack that circumvented, because you had some pre-placed turrets in your base that could protect you. But if, you throw in 2 or 3 Mutalisks in one wave, and, you'll still need... It won't be enough to just ruin your day and destroy your whole mineral line in a second, because I remember a wave of like 6 Mutalisks coming at once, and it was a pain in the ass. But, you leave it to like 2 or 3 Mutalisks, and the player has to react, but they won't instantly lose and be pissed off like I was. This is a fun map, though, and I really like the addition of the night vision. That was really cool. Just a neat little creative liberty taken there. Alrighty, how's my kill stats? 572, not bad. Good survival rate as well. See, once I can start working with those siege tanks, some Marines get thrown away, basically just to protect the tanks as the tanks siege up. But that's what that Marine ball is for, and that's where I think most of the Weird, my audio cut out at the very end of the video, so I just used cheats to get back here so I can give you a proper outro. This has been Jay Barino. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.